Welcome back, guys. It's LSP, 25th of February 2018. And this is the look ahead video for the coming week, just to give you guys some ideas of what I'm going to be looking at, what I'm going to be expecting. And at some point, it's either going to be tonight. If I find time, I did say on Twitter that I was going to do it tonight, but if I find time, it depends, because I'm going to be really busy tonight and then going into tomorrow. But I'm going to start the trade mapping series so I can show you guys what I do on my main account. But for now, we'll just focus on this. As always, fresh charts. Yeah. So first time I've sat down, it's currently 8:48 GMT. So basically 10 to 9. So we'll start with the daily. I'm just going to focus on the daily for now, on all charts. I just want to kind of see where the closest liquidity pools are, or where price could or should be driving for. Yeah. Just kind of get a bias for the beginning of the week, and if that changes, it changes, But for now, for the dollar, we can see we had this low taken out here, got a nice drive higher off that weekly level that we've been talking about for weeks, basically, and I still believe that we're going to punch up to the sort of 90.50, which I have marked off many times. Okay, so between 1945 to 1950, the levels that I've, or the level, should I say, that I've mentioned many times. I'll just put it a little bit further out. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is where I'm expecting price to go. And just as a visual, this is what I'm expecting we're going to do this week. And take out this this swing high. May pop a little bit higher, challenge this inefficiency up here, but that's effectively what I'm looking for. For the dollar, if you drop down, or if we drop down, let's get rid of this trend line for a second and zoom out a little bit. You can almost see, again, we've got this nice high up here, which could be, it could be retested this week. We had the high created here, it was retested, really nice move away from that, takes out the swing low, back up, yeah, creates a lower high, small reaction, nothing over the top, bit of sideways action. So this is the inside day from last week. So last week's range was an inside day, and if you go into the weekly, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, not the weekly, the daily is what I meant to say. So the daily chart, this is Friday's trading, and this is Thursday's trading, and this is Friday's trading. So Friday's trading is an inside day, which makes it a little bit of a tighter range, which is good, because the tighter the range, the more the coil is springed, and we get a nice little pop. But I'm expecting, even if we start to move lower in the beginning of the week, I'm not going to mark too much off on this chart. I don't want to clutter it up, but even if we move lower, I imagine we'll probably get something like this on the dollar. And then a pop higher to take out that level, yeah. Or we just rip straight from the open and take out the high, yeah. So either a drop first, which is what I would prefer, to be honest, and then a rip higher, or just straight up. So that's the dollar, and because the dollar's like that, my focus for the week is probably going to be the inverse of the dollar, the EU, or the Euro USD, and these are the levels I'm going to be looking for, or level. I'm only looking for one level. I'm basically bearish Euro, done. Probably looking for around about 122.05, and again, I've been marking this out for weeks, guys, and I do expect it to come down there. A similar sort of situation, but a little bit slightly different in the way that it looks on here, because we've got a little bit more of a pronounced couple of wicks, but the general consensus is the same thing. We had a really nice move up. It's taken out these two highs here with this move here. Nice drop, nice drop, nice drop, nice drop. Very small minor retracements. Minor rallies, minor rally. Didn't even bother trying there. Just a lot of whipsawing. Had this really nice pop here, but then it just completely rejected. Move back up. This here, if there was going to be a move that would have changed the direction of the euro, for maybe a week, or anywhere between 3 to 5 days, this would have been it. On the 4 hour, we had a really nice pop, comes back down, and then it pretty much retraces the entire move, and you get a pull back into that. So for me, same scenario. It could either do this first, and then we get, let's say, and then we get a move lower, like so, into that 122 level that we've marked off. And this is like a weekly range. It's not, from where we are right now. Even if we go straight for it, it's about 80 to 90 pips. But if we take it from up here, you're talking anywhere possibly between 100 to 150 pip range, for the week. So it's either, for me, I'm looking for either this, a move higher first and then a lower move, or we just go straight for it basically. And again, similar to the dollar, but the inverse of. So that's what I'll be looking for on the Euro USD. Cable, you can see that, I'll be honest with you, cable does look a little bit bullish for me here. So for now, I'm not going to say anything about cable. I'm going to kind of leave it. I want to see I mean, this could consolidate. Just looking at this, honestly, I think we may go sideways on cable this week with a little bit of whipsawing. But again, this is all just to start with, to start the week. I could be completely wrong. So I'm going to kind of just leave cable alone for now. I'm not going to touch it. I'll let a couple of days pass first, and if I see anything of interest, I'll obviously post it on Twitter as usual. If you've been following me, you'll know that I've been doing small videos, little short bite-sized videos, minute at the absolute most, just showing trades that I've entered for the challenge account. So that's what I'll do. Obviously going forward, if I see anything of interest, I'll post it on Twitter, and if I have the time, I'll do a short video as well. Euro, GBP, forget this. I'm sick of talking about this. I don't want to look at it. It's just sideways until we get some serious push, out of the ranges that I've been talking about over the last sort of month. I'm not going to bother with this. USD CAD. Again, I've mentioned that we're stuck between fractals on this. We have this big consolidation area here, and then a smaller consolidation. Kind of, can't see it highlighted there. Sort of here, and basically, price has come out of this nicely, and we're pulling back into this area of messy trading. Yeah, but going back up, it's got to get through all of this, and the range itself is quite big. It's like a 250 pip range, so there's definitely trading there. But just because the range is wide, and there's movement inside Loonie or USD CAD, we call it the Loonie, that doesn't mean that it's favourable price action. When I look at something, I want to be able to look at it and go, yep, I'm more than confident that this bad boy is coming lower because we had a move up, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. Yep, I think it's going lower. It's very definable. It's something I can look at and say, yeah, I'm happy with that because it looks and it makes sense to me. It looks like and makes sense to me. USD CAD, the moment I look at this, if something doesn't jump off the chart immediately, I'm done. I don't want to look at it. So unless something drastically changes with this in the coming week, I've got nothing to say about USD CAD. Or I won't be looking at it basically. I'll just monitor it throughout the week. I've got nothing that I'll be looking at, or no levels I'll be looking at going into the week until I see something favourable, is what I'm basically trying to say. Euro USD, sorry, Aussie USD, again, a little bit messy. We had this really sharp drop, huge push back up. I mean, for a daily range, that's pretty insane. So like 160 pip daily range for the Aussie dollar, that's pretty good. And it's over, it's way over the extreme of what it normally does. So this pop, after going all the way down here and then rejecting and then continuing slightly higher and then coming all the way back down to almost challenge the previous low, for me, this shows, that it could potentially want to come down to tag this old low this week. I don't normally trade this, but I'll throw it in there. In fact, I really trade this. I have to really trade Aussie dollar, but maybe this week we see 77.60. We'll just call it 77.60, which, depending on where we open, if we open completely flat, it's about 80 pip range, more than doable for Aussie dollar. So that's the only thing I'll be looking for. Move higher, not interested. If anything, if it goes higher, I'll be looking for a short. to 77.60 if I was going to do anything with this. Gold, I'm not going to bother with. Pound Japanese yen, as I've been showing, and I'm going to continue to keep showing. I'm even going to make this really bold, and I've been going on about it so much that I even know the number off by heart. It's 146.90 is the level that I'm going to be looking for, and I still believe that this is going to get hit. The only reason it's not on here is because I keep changing, I keep refreshing my charts, but basically 146.90 is the level that I'm looking for on the pound Japanese yen. It might do a bunch of stuff in between all of that, but that's the level I'm going to be looking for, and I'm not changing my bias on this. I do believe it's going to hit this level first. After that, it can do whatever the hell it wants, but I believe this is the draw on price. I believe this is where price wants to go, 146.90. So if I see anything favourable throughout the week, that solidifies that idea, then great. Now, I'll just say one thing about this. I know it sounds like I'm saying it's absolutely 1000% going to hit 146.90. I am confident in what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that I'm absolutely married to the idea and nothing's going to change my mind, and I don't even give a shit if it goes all the way up to 157 and 200 and a million. I'm still going to look for 146.90. No. It just means that based on the way that the price is right now and the chart is forming, for me, the draw on price is 146.90, and I've seen nothing to the contrary. I know what, I'm not going to go into it now, but I know what I would need to see for me to say, yep, this is probably not going to 146.90, and we're miles away from that. So, until that happens, for me, the draw on price is 146.90, and that's what I'm going to continue to look for. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll find a tradable trade within that range, before it gets to 146.90, but as it stands, if we open flat, there's a good sort of 229 pip rate, so this could very well be the week that it does it, and I'll be monitoring this very, very closely to see. And then the USD Japanese yen, I don't like the way that this is moving, for me personally. I'm sure people love trading this. For me, the way that it looks right now, I can't work with this chart, so I don't really have much to say about the United States Japanese yen or USD yen. So there we go. That's what I'll be looking for this week, guys. Probably my focus will be on the Euro USD for a move lower. 122.05 will be the focus for this week, and then the pound Japanese yen 146.90 still on the cards. So I'll be looking for a short on both of those two. If anything changes throughout the week, obviously we're very nimble. We're going to change, or I will change, my biases, very quickly if I have to, no problem. But that's what I'm going into this week with, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what the week brings. Have a great trading week, guys. I wish you all the best. Any questions, any issues, any problems, anything you want to ask, anything you want to go through, anything you want me to talk about, just send me a DM or reply to a tweet or something. Just shout me up, and I'll no problem. I'll add you in the next video. All right, guys, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.